Here is the message from the divine. Let it be the end of karma, of suffering in the dark night of the soul. This message will go out to all the black peoples of the world. My people, the enemy outside of you is powerless without the enemy inside of you. It was not the Queen of England that kept you in bondage since the day of that illusionary independence. It was Judas black folks that called themselves brothers and sisters before your face, and behind your backs they went to gain all honor from the Queen, and in return they vowed to serve the British crown by holding you as tributaries and slaves for the Queen. These words come easily from my lips, but they take them as very hard. Feel them weigh heavily on your minds and react accordingly. Peacefully rebel, revolt, take a stand, but do not take the insult with injury upon you, and that threatens your posterity and the entire existence going forward anymore. If you do not rebel against these back and belly rats, then you will die an evil death, but slowly. So spew them out from among you. Do this for your children. Choose the way the track and field teams choose. Choose the way the netball team chooses. Choose the way the educators of the educated folks that become lucrative to foreign countries choose. Choose power and success. Do not choose back and belly rats and intrinsical slaves anymore. Spew them out or you will suffer. Queen Elizabeth has been dead to us for many, many years. She has been dead to the masses, but it always seemed as if she was alive. She was always alive in their hearts and still is. It is not this past queen who holds you or held you to bondage at this day. It is the black Judas folks that call themselves brothers and sisters before your face and behind your backs will join with the enemies and their mercenaries to destroy, enslave, and ravage you for perks. Spew them out. Peacefully rebel, revolt, take a stand, but do not take the insult with injury upon you, and that threatens your posterity and the entire existence going forward. If you do not rebel against these back and belly rats, then you will die an evil death, but slowly. So spew them out from among you. Do this for your children. Build your nations and choose leaders that love you. Many leaders are around you. They were born this way, and you know them. It is time to raise them up. It is time to return to the eternal way of our gods, and I am here to declare it. I am here to see you take that choice. I am here to beg you to cast off the back and belly demons from among you. Choose the way Homo Kenyatta chose. Choose the way Marcus Garvey chose. But don't choose Norman Manley and Bustamante just because these devils tell you. Don't let them fool you. Choose the way that Winnie Mandela chose. Choose like Taki of the Maroons or Paul Bogle, who was betrayed by the ancestors of the present inside devils. Choose wisely this time. Remember this. The enemy outside of you is helpless without the enemy inside of you. Spew these niggers out. They are the niggers. Spew them out. They are the lowlifes. Spew them out. Do not be angry at my words or at the description of these people. If any one of my words is at fault, then tell me. A thief that you caught stealing should never be angry that you call him a thief. I have heard many whores declaring that they are whores and scammers declaring that they are choppers. Why must a traitor, a treasonous back and belly rat character be called the honorable sir just because he works for the crown of hate and oppression, and you be called the imbecile because you are the innocent victim? Explain this to me. Explain it. Africa, Africa, do you know that you have a heart of gold? If God will save this desperate world, He will have to use you. After all that has happened to you, you still cannot learn hate or prejudice. This is the gold. This is fine gold. This is more than diamond even. It is divine. You will not ever see skin color as a reason to hate. This is a crime that cannot ever be black. While Jamaicans were hoping that you would stand up to challenge for freedom with them, and to use the honor of their own genuine heroes to influence their confidence. These devils were planning ways to force you to subject, bow, surrender, and show remorse for the death of a foreign queen who spent her life destroying you, just so that this worship will satisfy the ego of England and double your shame. This back and belly rat among you, please, my people, spew them out from among you, and you shall be free. The enemy outside of you has no effect upon you unless the enemy inside of you is allowed to roam. That two-timing back and belly rat, peacefully rebel, revolt, take a stand, but do not take the insult with injury upon you, and that threatens your posterity and entire existence going forward. If you do not rebel against these back and belly rats, then you will die an evil death, but slowly. So spew them out from among you. Do this for your children. Build your nations and choose courageous leaders that love you. Many leaders are around you. They use these historical rhetorics to trick you into giving up your property. And also, I am warning those freedom fighters among you who cannot see this. Repatriation is a non-issue for all states of Africa is Africa. Jamaica is and has been a natural state belonging to Africans before the British came. The Caribbean and parts of North America to even Mexico, even to Spain, where their language is still carrying the remnants, are all natural states, for we were always here. They trick you into not knowing this so that they will say they came here first and all of you came as slaves. We were brought as slaves and we were also here. Therefore, it was never crown properties. Why can't you receive it in your heads? The Ghanaians came to trade regularly with their brothers in Jamaica before Columbus was brought by black folks to this land. This is why the African traditions seemed indigenous before slavery. I have met those they called Arawaks and now the Taino Indians in England. There are remaining ones hiding in the shadows in Jamaica today. How would they hide if they look like different people? I met this family in England. It is true that they are much shorter folks and that they have curly looking hair akin to what Jamaicans call coolie hair. Not in an offensive way as a person from India would think, but they were very dark skinned. When I met them in 2004, they were quietly on their way to claim land in Spain as some form of reparation, they said. God brought me to them so that I would see for myself. In fact, I helped my host to help them to do repairs they could hardly afford on their house. How do these things happen and we don't know about it? There are black back and belly rats among you, and they serve the crown of England with zealous fortitude. They will die for the crown of England just to see you in bondage, but they will smile at you and call you brothers to your face. Spew them out, or God will have no mercy on you. Spew them out of high office. Spew them out while you are looking for land to own as your own birthright, in the way the order was before the British came, they are telling you about crown lands, and they had prayer breakfast praying to the Queen of England and thanking her as sovereign for allowing them overseer roles of a land 144 square miles. And you think they are talking to a sky god? This is the Governor General's prayer. Even if he goes to an Adventist or a Catholic church, he prayed to the Queen. Now he will pray to. It is so. It is so. Now he will pray to him that takes the reign. But this time, let it not be in your high places. Let him pray from where he will be cast. Cast them out. Spew them out. They are the abominations. I am not joking. I am not being sarcastic. It is what it is. The sovereign of England is the God they pray to at prayer breakfast. It is conspicuous in the very prayer itself. Now, we are in a very emotional way, aren't we? I want you to rise. I want you to rise. I want you to not take any more evil pills, neither spiritually or physically. Don't ridicule those that love and warn you anymore. Ridicule and remove the traitors. Spew those niggers out. For they are harlots, selling their entire nations with their children for superficial mention. Spew them out. Peacefully revolt. Rebel, take a stand, but do not take the insult with injury upon you, and that threatens your posterity and entire existence going forward. If you do not rebel against these back and belly rats, then you will die an evil death, but slowly. So spew them out from among you. Do this for your children. Build your nations and choose courageous leaders that love you. Spew them out, or God will have no mercy on you. Please remember to like and subscribe on your way out. Peace.